Hey, and welcome back, everybody. So today we're getting back into our Curse of Strahd, and last we left off, the party was in the Burgomaster's mansion. We had kind of settled in for the night. Ireena had a dream of sorts, and she was kind of like woken up and a scream, and the party had kind of ran to check up on her. And she had shared that she had this dream of kind of with Strahd and like this kind of gardenish kind of area, which she had described. And then I think y'all had kind of went back and tried to get some sleep of y'all's own again, and y'all had each had a dream of y'all's own. And I don't know if y'all had realized it or talked about it yet, but y'all each had received the same dream. So y'all had received a dream, and I believe she had introduced herself, the figure that had came to y'all, as Madame Eva, or Eva, and she was basically letting y'all know that she will be expecting y'all and to find her at the Sir Falls camp just west of town whenever y'all head out.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
If I recall correctly, we also needed to stop by, like, we knew about
weapons.
Yeah, we were gonna stop by. We're gonna grab weapons, and then we also needed to go over to the church, and then about all that other stuff, right?
Right.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. So, are we starting off waking up in the morning? Is that what we're doing?
I open my eyes, look around, and then kind of close them back again, just making sure there's nothing around.
Mm-hmm.
Did I probably opened my eyes too. Did I notice that he opened his eyes too?
Yeah, y'all are in the same room. You kind of notice him kind of moving around in the corner there.
Okay. So I don't flinch much. I'm kicked back, leaning against the wall, or however I'm sleeping for the night, And I go, and I noticed that he had opened his eyes the exact same time I did,
Mm-hmm.
kind of startled or whatever. And so I go, "Yep, we'll need to talk about that in the morning." And I lay my head back down.
I nod and kind of close my eyes and go back into my elf meditation type thing, waking sleep or whatever it is.
Raven.
I'm in the room with
Right.
the girl. I can't.
As you wake up, you notice that Ireena is not laying in bed. She is, in fact, looking out the window. Let me move her to represent that.
I was like, okay, so when I open my eyes, she's not in bed. She's at the window.
Yeah.
So I would get up and go to her to make sure everything is okay. You should be resting. What's going on?
As you get to the window, you see that what she is looking out, and you see these, what could basically, you see this line of people walking, but they are not, they are clearly not of the living. These spectral people walk almost like in a procession or like a parade.
Mm-hmm.
One by one or two by two, one after
Kinda
another.
in sync.
Huh?
In sync.
I mean, not so much as like a military, procession, but like
Like zombie.
not like they're basically just like apparitions of what looks to be past adventurers. each of them adorned in like a suit of armor or like robes that might be like some sort of like spellcaster holding staves and whatnot.
Which way are they headed?
They are headed towards the west of town.
So they're just passing the house.
They're traveling. They are basically walking from the church onto the road and like west out of town, basically.
So are they coming from the cemetery?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to go to the door and get Jinwunax to go get the other guys.
Are you doing that immediately, or are you asking her anything?
Well, I mean, I see him and I pretty much know what it is. But yeah, I do want to ask her, have you seen this before? Is this normal?
And she replies, yes, it happens every night at midnight. They're the lost souls of this land, those who have come and tried to battle Strahd. We call them the March of the Dead.
And this happens every night at midnight?
Yes.
I'm going to go wake up the guys.
They make their way from the cemetery all the way back up to Castle Ravenloft.
And so it's midnight now.
Mm-hmm.
It happens every night. They don't stop. Guess I could tell them about it in the morning on the way.
Yeah, you get the sense from Ireena that, it's nothing to be afraid of.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a memory that replays itself every night.
Okay. So why don't we try and get some rest so we can get on the road tomorrow? And we'll talk more about it in the morning.
Agreed. All right.
Okay.
So
I try to settle back down.
Okay.
Thinking, that's something I need to share with him, but don't need to wake him up for it probably.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all bed down for the night and are finally able to get a restful night's sleep.
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, y'all get a good rest, and Ismark will start to get up. He gets up pretty early. He'll notice you in the hallway there. Like, did you sleep out here all night?
Yes.
Hard on the back, I'd assume.
Not really. I have scales.
Fair enough. I'll head down for some breakfast. Y'all are welcome to join when y'all are ready.
I can never think of her name. I'm sorry.
Ireena?
Ireena.
Okay.
She'll get up and join y'all as well. So as y'all head down, like I said, Ismark is preparing some breakfast for everybody.
We're all trying to get a seat at the table here.
I'm taking my rightful place at the table as head of the table.
Okay, so are we all in here now?
Yes.
Yep.
He brings out some eggs and maybe some bacon and stuff for breakfast for everybody. Coffee, yeah.
Coffee, fifi.
Okay. So, we start to eat. I look at Ireena and Ismark kind of look at the other guys, and I'm like, so last night at midnight, I guess there is a nightly occurrence going on coming from the graveyard.
Ooh.
Where all of the past travelers and adventurers fighting or hired swordsmen that have come and tried to help arise and start walking.
So you're saying you see dead people?
Yes, I saw dead people. I almost woke you up for that. Then I figured if it's every night, we'll see on the road.
Don't wake us up for ghosts. We're
Yeah.
kinda not. Yeah, that's not a. Unless more wolves are breaking through the windows, just let us.
Okay,
And,
so we're scarfing down the food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nom, 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 nom,
We're
nom,
discussing
nom,
the dead
nom,
people every night at midnight, starting the mark.
And Ismark kind of reiterates what Ireena has told you. He goes, yes, it is the procession of the dead. All those who have fought against Strahd are doomed to walk this lands every night again.
In the morning, do they go back to the grave and have to walk it again? Or are these new people each time?
They are the same people, every soul, every night. This repetition is haunting. This serves, I guess, as some sort of cruel reminder. Those who oppose Strahd never come up on the better end.
Interesting.
And why are we here again then?
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
I think we were looking for our weapons.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I do look at the rest of the team, and I was like, we really need to find some armor and weapons.
Yeah. I think if everyone's done with breakfast, it is time to...
Yes.
the
If I'm
business.
going to walk this land every evening for the rest of eternity, I think I would like some weapons too.
So Ismark will say, if you're looking for weapons or armor, you could check out Bildrath's. He doesn't have a very big selection, depending on the times. Sometimes he has stuff, sometimes he doesn't. You could check. He's usually kind of high. He's the only general store in town, so...
Oh, does he sell the magical herb as well, too?
Haven't really seen much of magical items in his store. Like I said, sometimes he gets these shipments that come in. I think he gets shipments possibly from the Vistani or whatnot. They have this kind of trade system agreement. The Vistani sometimes find discarded items here and there, and they sell it to him. And I think he flips them for a higher price.
Discarded, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm eager to
Many,
go to the general store.
as you
Oh, I'm already at the door.
as you witnessed last night, many adventurers have come over the years, and Barovia is always a dangerous place.
Of course.
Many, not only adventurers, but just anybody in general.
Well, I
Alright.
say it is time for us to get
Alright,
started on
before-
our next adventure.
Before we go, guys, group huddle real quick, away from Ismark.
I say to Ismark, well, I rather enjoyed my conversation with him the other night. I'm sure we'll be able to negotiate with him just fine.
He gives you a look of like, okay, if you say so.
I grin a little bit.
I thank Ismark for the meal and the lodging, and depart to meet my companions at the door. We're waiting on Xykryn to come by because I want to
Finish up my bacon, and I nod for Ismark and grunt a little bit and say, very fine meal.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
If I can, I guess I'll come over here and...
As soon as y'all are finished there, I guess meet back up here and we can head over to the church.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm assuming they're staying here at the house, so I do the normal noble exiting procedures, nod to the lady or whatever, and do the thing. So I'm maintaining proper etiquette, and then
Screw that! I ran out of there like a chicken on fire.
That's the reason I took the time to thank them.
some of us are more
Bismarck's
practiced in the etiquettes of civilization than others.
Yeah, now we're back in the.
We're walking to the general store.
All I'm trying to
Okay.
tell y'all is that if y'all see y'all's weapons and he's wanting equipment, and he's not wanting to bargain properly with y'all or wanting to be absorbent. Y'all got y'all shit stolen, so I will steal it back for you if necessary.
I
But
appreciate
why-
the offer. But I look him in the eye and I tell him, I have no intention of walking. If he has my weapons, I have no intention of walking out of that room without them.
Exactly.
And I do intend to leave with all of my gold that I don't choose to spend on other things.
Fair enough.
What Xykryn said.
Just making an offer. Don't want to cause a whole big uproar while we're here.
Plus my beak
What are they
thing.
gonna do? Chase us? This town is shaking in their boots. We can have what we want here.
What's this
Well, let's
shopkeeper's
go.
name?
Y'all are heading
What's it?
towards Bildrath's Mercantile.
We're pissed at this point about our weapons. But
Yeah.
he may not know.
Remember, we
they
need to
stole
prove that, we need to make for sure that they are our weapons first, and then
And that's the other thing too. He doesn't know that they're
yeah.
stolen by
So
them.
don't.
So I was-
If he in fact has them,
it.
all
Yes,
right.
yes.
That's
Let's-
the reason why I
let's
was
play it
making the offer.
cool.
That exactly. I don't want y'all storming in there and destroying the place when he may just be an innocent bystander just trying to make a living. Whereas if he doesn't want to compromise, I can get him without any major bloodshed. I'm trying to avoid a whole murdering the entire village scenario here. Plus, he's got that special needs nephew that I don't want to. I
You
don't
guys
want to
were
kill a
wanting to
slow
kill
guy.
The villagers, okay?
Eh,
And
I
all
feel
had
bad
to
about
do was
killing
tell
a
him
slow
to
person.
So is this his place right here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that he said was the place, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're
And you
going.
see the
Well,
like I
I'll be
said,
the
when
first
y'all
to
had
go
came
in.
into town, y'all had seen the sign at this place that said Bildrath's Mercantile.
Yeah. All right.
So y'all knew about where
Did
it
you
was
say
at.
no?
I'll let
Wall?
Jinwunax make our first initial impression.
Howdy.
As you
How you doing?
step into Bildrath's Mercantile, the musty scent of stale air and faint mildew greets you. The store is cramped, its shelves lined with dusty supplies such as ropes, lanterns, rations, and other adventuring basics. You see Perry moving around the store.
Me
When
and
y'all-
Oh,
Jealousy, right?
great. Damn it.
You see Perry, a hulking man but stout, broad shoulders, friendly smile, stands by at in the shop working. Hello there, he says cheerfully. Since y'all had met him kind of in the tavern, he looks at you. Oh, it's you. I saw you the other night at the tavern there. Nice to see you
What
again.
is up, Buttercup?
Oh,
Hello again.
how are y'all doing today?
We're fine.
Oh.
Rested.
Oh, that's good.
So, question. Do we see any weapons around the room?
Currently, no.
Okay, so then I look at whatever his name is.
Bildrath?
Bildrath. Okay. And I'm like, yo, Billy,
This is
we
behind.
want to look at your weapons. Please.
Oh,
Your other inventory.
Your
Minute
yeah. The special inventory that we've been told that you do have. And as I say this, I'm kind of leaning on the counter, kind of getting close to him. Where it's not really out loud talking, but more of a, what I'm talking about.
he looks over to Perry with a look.
You been looking into the boxes?
No, no, sir, no.
It was not Perry that told us.
How do you know I have weapons?
We heard about
Trust
this.
me, we know.
I'm fine.
And
Remember, we're not from here.
Whatever.
he goes in the back for a second, and he gets some stuff, and he comes back out with a box. He goes,
Y'all are lucky. This actually just came in the other night.
And he plops one box onto the counter. And he comes back out and he plops another box. He goes,
So I hadn't even got a chance to look through it all yet. But got some pretty impressive stuff in there.
and so
We kind of look at each other.
he opens up the box, and y'all see y'all's stolen weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do we see anything else besides our stolen weapons?
In these boxes, it just seems to be everything that was taken from y'all, from the
Okay.
the Vistani.
I'm still off by the door. I didn't advance in with everybody else, and I go. Any other boxes that you may have?
We don't get these special deliveries very often. It's only when the Vistani come across something of, use or value that they come to me with it. We have a little business arrangement. I pay them for the goods that they find, and I'm able to flip them for a little bit more price.
You mean still?
I don't know where they find these. Usually just along the roads. Discarded adventurers die every day in these lands. They don't need them anymore.
Well, we did not die. These were stolen from those very generous people that you like to trade with.
Stolen.
While we slept,
What
they were
the
gone in the morning.
what the nice lady is trying to tell you, and my voice is getting deeper and a little louder, is that the Vistani that sold this to you stole it from us.
He
Has he
looks
shit his pants yet?
he looks at you kind of suspiciously.
How do I know these are yours? Maybe you're just making up some tale.
So would it be too bold of me to pull out a tin type picture of all of us with our weapons and show it to him?
Yes.
Oh damn
Little
it!
advanced.
So since I have not advanced into the room, as I mentioned, I'm still over by the door. I haven't actually gazed upon these things.
Yeah.
I describe some weapons in very specific details to him. I say, I just start rattling them off like I'm doing a checklist, like very calm, very nonchalant, looking him dead in his eyes. And then I look at him and I go, now I haven't seen what's in this box, so why don't you look at that box and tell me if my list is correct. So I described that very specifically what was missing. My crossbow, her hammer, yada yada yada. I still had my daggers. And
I don't think mine was a hammer.
yeah, so I want to. I don't know that I'm persuading him. I mean, maybe I am, but
I think
I'm like,
Raven, you had a mace, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, mace.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll do. I'm trying to convince him that we're not fucking lying and we're very serious about what we're saying. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a persuade.
Okay.
I had a great sword.
And there is a one of the box was a little bit rectangular, longer shaped box, and it does have a great sword. Your great
So
sword.
did Xykryn pass his persuasion? I failed mine, I know.
He goes,
You want them? I'll give them to you.
and he basically gives you a price for. He's basically charging you what he was going to sell them at double their value, but he's giving you a price of standard value.
All right.
Didn't they take all our gold too?
So what I'd like to do is I would like to roll an athletics check to see if I can sneak up behind him real quick.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm probably going to do something else, but I'll let that play out too. But I want
Okay.
to know that I'm doing it at the same time.
Ah!
Oh,
Nat
damn.
20.
Well,
So while he is negotiating
He
with them, I
he
am
has
going to
no idea.
subtly
He has no idea you're there.
sneak up behind him and creep along, and then before he realizes what's going on, I am going to withdraw one of my daggers from his sheath and gently press it against his throat, going, I don't think you want to try and negotiate right now.
Okay. Easy now. Um, it, it, uh, it's yours. Just, I don't want any trouble. Just take them. I don't want any
You're right,
trouble.
it is theirs. It was never yours to begin with. It was stolen, so that seems appropriate. Now, how often have you been getting stuff from the Vistani? What else have you got from them during this time?
They usually bring me odds and ends. Like I said, travelers that, along the road that they find discarded items, or it's usually nothing of great value. It's just, used shit.
I want to do a insight check to see if I can see, based on other than the fact that I have a knife against his throat, if he's still trying to maintain a lie or if he's being honest at this point.
Okay, we can do an insight check.
I said we just go.
Could I do it at advantage since I've kind of got a knife to his throat?
Sure. All right. He is definitely afraid, and he is telling the truth.
All right. I'm going to keep my knife there. I'm going to look at my compatriots and say, well, while he is indisposed, why don't y'all go look and see what else has been robbed from other unsuspecting travelers, because maybe there's some other stuff that we can use, or maybe return to people as we come across them if they survive, which is highly unlikely at this point, but maybe we can return some items to people, because it seems like the Vistani are more concerned with stealing than picking up crap.
And you see Perry. He's kind of shaken up, and he's really scared as well. Don't hurt my uncle, please.
I walk over to
We're not.
Terry.
We're not doing anything. We just trying to make a business. We didn't know it was yours.
Terry, why don't you just go have a seat and calm down? No one's gonna get hurt. We're just gonna take a look around. Put him in the corner. So I want to check and see if there's any daggers, wooden daggers, stakes.
Okay, let me see. There is, like I said, throughout the store, a bunch of like general good stuff. You find like a backpack, a bag of ball bearings, some bedrolls, some blankets, some buckets, candles. You do find what looks to be a club, maybe? Some common clothes, fishing tackles, a hammer, like a regular, just, carpentry hammer.
What I'm looking for.
Some jugs.
Check the back room.
A ladder. A lamp.
A lamp?
Some locks and keys. And the back, that area is just their living quarters.
Okay.
So they actually...
What about back here?
That was just some storage. They may have a couple of odds and ends stuff in there as well. Let's see. Ladder, lamp, locks and keys, papers, pythons, a pole, pouch, rations, shovels, soap, mirrors, a small knife, tinder boxes, and some torches is about what you find throughout the shop.
Okay. I say this is my thing. In return from him so generously giving us our weapons back, I shall leave the weapons. Well, I shall return Xykryn's dagger, because my dagger will be there.
Okay.
But like the rake and shovels and the makeshift weapons we had, I will leave those with him. But I also want to make sure we are stocked on rations,
Okay.
tinderbox, torches, anything we might need for the road.
Okay.
In exchange, we'll give him the stuff that we had to makeshift together, unless somebody wants to keep something. Of course, is what I discussed with the group and offer as trade. Because I think they took all our gold too, didn't they?
I don't.
No, these are
No.
weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
But since we are here for this town, to try and get rid of the Strahd character, do you think that is a good trade?
You're gonna find yourselves dead like the rest of them.
Well, then you can come after our weapons then.
Might want to watch that tone there, big boy.
He kind of freezes, feeling the knife still at his throat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just warning you. It's fool's errand to think you're just like the rest
Be
of
a
them.
little bit nicer.
I look
gonna
at
come
I look
over
at him
here.
head over his eye and I go, "That's my favorite kind of errand."
I'm gonna come over here right on where he can't get out from behind the bar or get past the blah blah blah, and I'm gonna start breathing through my nostrils where he will feel the icy cold, bottomless pit of my heart.
Oh, and
My
does he have
eyes-
any?
My eyes glow a little bit, and then I go back to staring down his nephew.
All right, so you're staring down Perry.
I want to make sure he stays in his spot. Like,
Yeah, oh,
you
yeah.
know, I even give him the hand gesture. I'm like, "You just stay right there, Paco."
Oh yeah,
He's so scared.
he's staying put.
I'm just gonna make sure he's staying like that.
So, what do you say there, Bildro Baggins?
What do y'all have to trade?
Your life?
He doesn't look amused.
We're not joking.
Well, seriously,
I,
you want something? You offer to trade? I'm just trying.
And
Just-
we pull out all of our mismatched.
Yeah, I bust out I lay down the pitchfork for him. You know, I've got a woodcutter's axe that I lay down for him.
Yeah.
A ferrite hammer. All of the. I'm gonna keep the table legs and I'm gonna give them to Raven. They might come in handy later on if they are sculpted correctly. And
I'm gonna give him the spear that I have.
I'm keeping my spear. I like my spear.
Yeah, but I've got a warhammer, a sickle, and a greatsword.
Yes.
The
The
warhammer.
white hammer.
I mean,
I will give him.
just a correction. The warhammer that is basically a sledgehammer that you had found at the tool shed. It was just using the stat block of a warhammer.
Oh well, then still.
Yeah.
I don't
So
care. He can have my
basically,
hammer.
yeah. So basically, for him, I give him the ferrite hammer that I have, the woodcutter's axe, which I don't know if that's one-handed or two-handed, but I'm going to give him that.
Mhm.
The pitchfork. He doesn't have any like leather armor or anything. This is just literally like a general store, not anything.
Mostly,
really.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he doesn't have.
I-
He doesn't really deal that often with armors and weapons. Only what the Vistani kind of bring in.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to give him the barrel top, the hammer, and the other hammer, the pitchfork, and the ferrite hammer.
Okay.
have
Oh,
two
that
hammers.
shield,
Was that?
the type of shield he had
Yeah,
that he was making.
the barrel top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the light hammer I'll give him and pick up my mace.
Okay.
Yeah, and farrier tools. I don't know how to shoe a horse, so you can have the farrier tools.
All right. Are you keeping the other farrier stuff?
What is the other barrier stuff?
I have 3 saddle pads. I feel like I should probably keep those.
Mm-hmm.
And the bit and bridle in case we ever come across horses.
Okay.
But I don't know that I need farrier tools. I'm assuming I couldn't use them if I tried.
And they have the tools, and then they also have those 2 pairs of farrier chaps.
Yeah, I don't know. Those I'm on the fence about.
Okay. I was just kind of reminding you still had those just in case.
Yeah. Like, I have the leather, the farrier attire.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like... No, I'll go ahead and... I have the other leather thing, right? No, actually, I'm going to keep the farrier attire for right now.
Okay.
I may repurpose it later.
Okay.
Okay, did I have a crossbow of my own? Or did I just have a mace?
You
think
picked
I
up
did.
one during the... Like, when we lost our shit. You definitely picked one up later, but I don't know if you had it from the beginning.
I think I did. I think it was the light hammer I did not have.
And I am assuming this guy, just for my knowledge purposes, I'm assuming this guy would not have the means. I would not be interested in trying to parlay with him for my more interesting items. Like, I don't think he has the money for these things, right?
Right. And then,
Yeah, okay.
Even if he did, he's the type of guy that he's come across that you could probably estimate that he's probably not going to give you a good deal on them.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Yeah, so I just give him the basic poppycock stuff that I have in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's a
that's what
miser.
I'm thinking. Get rid of that stuff because we can't carry it.
And,
And that'll allow us to get torches and some more rations and the things to extend our trip capabilities.
Okay. So
That's what I was thinking.
then he'll look at all the stuff that y'all are donating, and he's actually kind of impressed with some of the stuff. He wasn't expecting quite that much, and so basically, though, merely from a useful standpoint, the townsfolk may have more of a need for those type of items that you are donating, and so they're not valuable pieces per se, but they're in this economy or village would be something of usefulness to a lot of people.
Their value, but not in coin.
Right. And so he goes,
Go ahead. What do you want in trade for them?
Rations, torches.
and so he's kind of like wanting you to pick out what you want, and he'll kind of like just make sure that it's nothing absorbent of the value of what you've given him.
Yeah.
But it's most likely not, so he's gonna be okay with whatever you pick, some rations and some torches.
I don't know how much I can carry. Where do I find that?
It'd be under features or inventory.
Do we just delete the sledgehammer and stuff that we're giving him back?
Yeah.
I don't think we need torches. I've got 10 of the damn things.
I'm down to 8. I gave Raven some, I think.
Yeah.
I've only got one.
Well, you guys have like dark sight too, though.
Yeah. So I think we should get an appropriate amount of rations for anybody who's low. Replenish our torch stocks for, I guess specifically Raven. So I think.
Yeah, I'd say y'all restock each of y'all supplies. Somewhere up to 20 rations and up to 10 torches.
Okay.
He'll kind of turn back towards you, Loghain.
Would you mind taking this dagger out my neck?
I slowly remove my dagger from his neck, letting it kind of gently slide away just to give him the impression that remind him that how close he was to death and that he needs to adjust his attitude when dealing with customers. At the same time, I reach into my pouch and take out a single gold piece and put it on the counter and say, "For your troubles."
So does he have potions of healing?
That
No.
was my question.
No, he doesn't have any potions.
Remember, I asked if he carried the magical herbs and stuff. 'Cause
No,
he
Yeah.
I don't
died.
remember that, but
Does he have any solid
Take one of-
silver of anything?
Any silver?
I'll take one of those. I'll take one of those mirrors.
Okay.
Solid silver that we could make into daggers.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
When you asked that, Raven, to him, I look at him and I go, "Are there any blacksmiths in town?"
Not for quite some time now.
Where might we find one?
Closest place will be Valaki.
I nod.
And while they're conversing with that, I'm gonna walk over to poor Perry and kneel down in front of him and look at him and say, "Peace, young man. I
Come on,
apologize for the scene that you had to witness." Then I reach into my pouch and I hand him 5 gold pieces and say, "Here,
Oh.
next time you go to the bar, your drinks or food are on me.
Oh.
Do not let your uncle take this gold from you. It is yours." And I
Hey,
turn around and look at Bilbo and tell him, "If I find out you took your nephew's money, me and you and my dagger will become even more acquainted."
I ain't got no reason to take his money.
We're just making sure he's treated right.
Mm-hmm.
He's family. Of course I treat him right.
Not the way you were talking to him when we came in. Be nicer.
And then, let's see. So I have 3 wooden sticks is all I have. I need more. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have any of those.
No.
I hand her my
have-
three wooden stakes.
You have 3 wooden sticks?
I have 3 wooden table legs,
You could
and I hand.
probably
We will work on these.
break into, you could probably take each of those 3, break them into half somehow, and turn them into 6 steaks.
Yeah. We shall work on these on the road at night.
Yeah, Beard, I can't actually give those to her for some reason. The only people that I can trade with is Jinwunax. I can't trade with Loghain or
Okay, 1 second.
her.
You can carry more than I can anyway, so if you wouldn't mind carrying them.
Speaking of, in all that stuff he found, was there a like a hand saw or something like that?
No, I didn't have any saws.
Okay.
but there is a hold on. I saw it.
There was an axe.
Carpenter's tools.
Might need those because you could probably use those to turn the wooden legs and any other
Wood.
destroyed tables we find or wood into the
Or good
stakes that
branches.
you need. Yeah. Carpenter
Yeah.
tools might come in handy.
Okay.
And I'm looking at my inventory and I don't have like a small dagger on me that I can carry like in my belt.
Yeah, I don't know if you actually ever had a dagger besides the one that Xykryn had given you.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
gave that to you temporarily.
So I'm looking to see if he had any daggers because I kind of got to like it.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
All right.
Too bad this is in the old days, right by the laser pistol.
What are the
Yeah.
manacles?
That is something you've always had on you.
I know.
They're basically handcuffs.
Okay, it
As
says adventuring gear.
yeah, it's part of your what you do kind of thing. You're oftentimes required to almost like a bounty hunter sometimes. So you always have a pair of manacles on you.
They're the chains. One's right. Okay.
Damn.
That's what I thought they were. I was just double checking. So,
Okay.
okay, I think I'm good then. Got
Yeah.
torches, and I think the carpenter tools was a good idea.
Yeah, I think we got at least anything for me that stuck out of that list that you gave us.
Do we need a tent, or does he have tents?
Nope, no tents.
Well, shuck my fucking corn.
We should all have our bedrolls.
Yeah, you have bedrolls, but no tents.
I'm going to
Does he have a
give
tarp?
him.
I didn't mention a tarp, but yeah, I'll say he has a tarp.
I'm going to go ahead and give him a piece of gold too for his trouble.
He'll
To be fair.
he'll give you a nod and an appreciation.
We don't make much here, so
Mm-hmm.
any little bit helps.
I'm not giving him shit.
Yeah, screw that crap.
Wow.
I felt bad for scaring Perry like that because he's just a sweet.
No, that makes
Kid.
sense. My I've done my good deeds here recently. I'm not giving him shit.
Y'all maxed out of good deeds for a while.
Yeah, I gotta balance the scales back out.
I think we've found what we could. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to go bury
Go
the
to-
father and get out of town. We still haven't buried the father.
Yeah,
we
that
got
was going to the church to deal with that next. And what's her face, Ireena,
Mm-hmm.
are waiting back at the house for us to go do that.
Yeah.
No, I thought
Yeah,
we were
well,
going
they
to
said
the
it-
church.
Yeah, they said they meet us at the church.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
All right. So
as
which
y'all
way
were
is
leaving the
church?
house, he did say he was gonna wait for y'all to get back to the house.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, we gotta walk back across town.
Oh my God, so far away.
Somebody pull out a bow and shoot an arrow at the damn house, saying, "Go to the church." I don't feel like walking.
All right.
All right.
As soon as y'all exit out, I can switch y'all.
And as I watch everybody leave, I slowly go around the corner and around the bar, and I stop right across from him, and I look at him and say, "You need to feel damn lucky." And then I walk away.
from outside, you hear a, "Do you feel lucky?"
Punk.
Are you feeling lunky? Are you?
No, that you don't. hear
Lunky? Are you feeling lunky?
that.
Is you like clunky but better?
All right. Cool.
Oh shit!
We're gonna take a quick
Okay.
bathroom break.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was about to say.
All right, we'll go to break for a little bit. We'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we're back at it. So, for just to kind of quicken things, y'all went back to the Burgomaster's mansion and got Ismark, and y'all started making y'all way towards the church.
Downtown.
Mm-hmm. And let me see. As
way downtown.
as you are
Fast.
making your way towards the church, make me a perception check.
All of us.
Yeah, go ahead and all of y'all.
Oh damn.
Wow.
You see,
La-di-da-di-da!
you
Look
see,
at the big building!
That is,
okay. Loghain and Raven.
I'm looking for it.
There you go. Okay, so basically, Loghain notices somebody walking like one of the other alleys coming towards the church, you see Periwimple walking around.
Great. I give him some gold. Now he's following me around like a long puppy. Yay.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
No, go
Fuck
away.
Fuck off.
Now,
I swear to God.
So, in which
Guys,
direction
alright.
is he coming from?
from the right side,
Okay, I see him now.
yeah. And so he walks up and goes, "Oh, going to see Father Donavich, eh?" He lets you know that he won't come out. Not since about 2 weeks ago.
Why?
He says,
Oh, yeah.
Father Donavich used to be a kind and friendly man, always ready to share a word of wisdom or a warm crab-apple pie. Ever since the siege, however, Donavich has shut himself inside the church, turned away visitors more often than not. When Perry last saw him 3 days ago, he looked like he hadn't slept or bathed in a week.
I look. Well, I don't know that he would know, but I go. Was there something that's specific that happened at that time to cause him?
You're using too many
distressed?
big words.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Why are he? Why are he scared?
Why are he hiding?
What happened
What-
to cause this? I'll just say that. What happened to cause him to recoil from that event?
Recoil?
I don't know. He just stopped coming out. He does add like the inside, like when the town was under siege, the inside of the church was pretty messed up from the battles and stuff. So
Okay.
he may
Perhaps he lost his faith.
maybe.
That's
Yeah.
a good question, because aren't churches holy ground and these evil forces not supposed to be able to enter holy ground?
Well, I look to Loghain and I go, well, humans are a special, different kind of evil. They can go many places that normal evil would not be able to go. And I shrug my shoulders.
But Strahd wouldn't be able to enter.
Yeah, but it's like, the wolves. I mean, there's lots of things that wouldn't fall underneath that category of holy ground blockage.
Mm-hmm.
True. I just figured because if it was the core, if it was the zombie
And,
that
like,
were reanimated with his
Y'all
magic, that
do
might be-
know that y'all were supposed to be taking Ireena to St. Andrew's Church in Vallaki because
Mhm.
it was hallowed ground. Maybe for some reason or another, this one isn't fully
Is not.
protected, but like that. That's the
Well, maybe
reason.
it's because the priest was coming out.
Maybe he
Maybe
was the
because-
hollowed ground and the church wasn't, and he wasn't there. Who knows? Or the priest is lying and he was never a priest of his actual god. That's another thing we need to consider.
That's very true.
Don't knock
Alright.
on the door.
Let's get this over with.
I looked at Pimple Perry and and Harry Pimple, and I go, "You want to come with?"
No, I'm good.
Now he doesn't want to go in there.
It just
Should we say hi? Should we say hi to the? I don't know what he is, Father Priest. Should we say hi to the priest for you when we enter?
if you want.
Okay.
I
Let's
just
let this dude standing at the door, and I can't remember his name.
All right.
Let's
well,
let
I
him
nod.
go.
We'll let him go on about his business. Yeah, but it does put a few things into our heads as to why things may be going right here for us to look into.
okay.
Yep. Agreed.
We're never leaving this town.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Great.
Hey.
You can never leave.
There is a Barovian parody of that song.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll have to find it for y'all.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I guess
Man, I
can't go
hate.
in that far.
Okay. Find the-
Wow. The door got shut on my face.
that happened to me earlier.
Like y'all just
Damn,
shut Jinwunax
Oh,
out.
look. Uncle Fester's
Okay.
standing up here at the top.
So, I'm feeling kind of weird when I look around as we enter
Yeah.
at all the damage, and it's
Mhm.
like just something doesn't feel right to me.
And let me let's see. Let me get back to
Looks normal to me.
Of course, a destroyed church looks normal to the hell beast.
Right.
And I'm going holy ground.
actually
Something
there
don't
are
feel
holes.
right.
Well, there are holes in it.
Yep, this
the
is definitely
church
is mighty old.
obviously weathered from the assaults of the evils over the centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower raises toward the back, and flickering light shines through the holes of the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire. As you enter, you see the father standing at the altar, and he doesn't notice y'all come in. Doesn't even
Okay.
move or kind of acknowledge that you're there yet. And he seems to be very deep in prayer, muttering a prayer to himself, his head bowed low, his eyes closed, hands clasped.
I say, Father.
Huh?
Does he react to me?
He stops and he looks up. Oh, Mr. Endirovich, what brings you to the church? There's no procession, as you can see. Ismark will say, I've come to see about performing the funeral for my father. Father will say, well, I'm terribly sorry for what happened to your father. He was a good man, but I will need a few days to prepare for a proper burial.
Why?
He says he would be glad to oversee a burial, but he cannot perform the holy rites that would sanctify Coleon's remains. He shares that when his son set off for Castle Ravenloft, he gave him his holy symbol of the Morning Lord as sort of protection. A bronze sunburst with a leather cord to keep him safe in the face of the darkness. When Doru failed to return, however, he feared the worst. 2 weeks ago, as the siege was beginning, Doru returned to the church at midnight, now transformed into something unnatural.
And he
He
no longer had the sunburst with him.
did. Father Donavich says he managed to get him into the Undercroft and keep them there in hopes of finding a cure. Ever since he returned, he hasn't been able to cast spells or feel the Morning Lord's presence. He believes that this is because Doru still has his holy symbol, and that Strahd's foul influence has corrupted his connection to the gods. Father Donavich is afraid for his life to open the hatch back and can't bear to see his son's face again. He asks you if you would descend into the Undercroft and retrieve his holy symbol. In exchange, He'll offer to complete the burial rites.
Well, I do understand how important holy symbols are,
Hmm.
and would want to return it to him if possible.
And you would know kind of from your, um, you know, profession,
Yeah.
that especially like if the rites are not performed,
Yeah.
then it could lead to consequences later.
Yes.
I
Okay,
stepped
so
over
what
to
was it you were going to say to
Jinwunax.
me, Xykryn?
Yeah, and I kind of get real close, and I'm like, is this one of those smiting opportunities? And
Not yet.
I go, well, you can't hear it. I'm doing this. I'm doing this real low, and I'm going. I still don't know which one of you two is the smiter, but is this one of those instances? And I just shrug my shoulders and like,
I look at him and say, so kill the boy, get the symbol, bury the body, get the fuck out of here.
Don't kill the boy. He wants to try to turn him from the undead. Take the symbol, bring it back up. He'll perform the rites, and we can go.
Or why don't we give Perry a couple more gold coins and send him down there?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Because we're the adventurers, you idiot.
yeah.
Hey, I'm just putting it out there.
So I go, I pull out my rope, some rope that I have on me, and I go, I don't have much for which to subdue. It's not really my thing, but if anybody has any skills in this regard, and I
got an idea. Sorry. Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
when your eyebrows raise, I kind of like look to you and go, rope?
Rope? No. So, are there any other like semi-fresh bodies around outside waiting to be buried?
No.
I don't know if I like the way this is going.
And when Jinwunax says that, I
subdue.
go, yeah, I go, lunch. He means lunch for the.
Yeah,
Rope,
exactly.
subdue,
Dead body.
Very.
dead body.
Well, the reason why I was going to say that is any semi-fresh corpses, we toss one down to the zombie, let him be distracted, and we can sneak in and subdue him without having to get into a fight.
So where's this hole that you got? I mean, I guess.
There's probably a cellar or some shit that we have to go into. It's underneath where we're standing. I look to the father. And I go, you mentioned your son came back, not your son. Specifically in what form? Describe what you saw.
His pale skin is clammy. He was feral. I think he has the thirst for the blood.
So he's a vampire turned.
Okay, so
Anybody got any blood?
Do not feed him blood. Whatever you do, do not feed him blood.
I look to the father. No, I don't know that I would know that, so I say, I don't say anything.
Have we left town yet?
Nope.
no.
Okay, we all just bought a buttload of rations.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to eat. You just had bacon and eggs. It's fine.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. Why can't we throw the rations down there?
I don't think that's particularly his flavor of cuisine. Xykryn says.
How do you know?
Ooh, hold on. Are there any goats around or livestock?
No.
Now's not the time, Loghain.
I was gonna
Okay.
cut the
Sorry.
goat's throat and toss it down there. That way he goes into a blood frenzy and is
No.
trying to chase it down.
He repeats, do not feed it blood.
Guys, that is not what we need to do.
It would only make
Normal
things
weapons-
worse.
Well, here, I'm going to come over here. Let's all gather around
Then, Raven, what do we need to do?
and find out what's going on.
Well,
That's
is
a
he
pretty
the
deep
only
subject.
one down there?
That's
Yes.
the holy ground.
Okay. So I have some spells I can use that might help. We're just wanting to subdue him long enough to get the holy symbol and get back upstairs, correct? We don't want to hurt him in case we
I
find
looked at her and I go, "Is this a salvageable situation?"
You can tell, like, from what Father Donavich has kind of said, that he's hoping it doesn't come to that. He's hoping to find some sort of way to cure him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Xykryn doesn't believe any of that shit for a second. Like, I look to Raven. I'm like, you seem to be the expert on this situation. I don't. Do you smite?
I don't.
I stopped. Do you smite? I ask her just straight up.
Yes,
Do you smite?
yes, I can smite.
Okay.
I look at Raven and said, "Listen, I just got my sword back and I'm ready to use it."
And I go. So I say to these holy people that have more experience with this shit than I do. I'm assuming. I go, "Is this a salvageable situation?"
I'm trying to be nice.
Don't be nice.
You
Just
could always-
blurt it out.
You could always
You're a
lie.
paladin. You're a paladin inquisitor. You're
I'm not a
gonna be
paladin.
nice.
No, she's
you're-
not a
you're
paladin.
inquisitor, so
She's not a
I'm the
paladin,
paladin.
and she's not a cleric.
you're.
Nope.
Well, either way, but still, that type, the way, whatever you are, especially, and then Jinwunax too, it seems like you're more like heading in. I know you're not technically either of those, but those particular ones are very blunt and straightforward about shit.
I'm
Yeah.
chaotic good, okay? Leave me alone.
About the question that Xykryn
I'm
asks.
trying not to say it in front of the father.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could
Yeah,
always.
you can tell that I don't give a shit about that.
I mean-
none of us do.
And I just kind of shake my head, no.
Okay.
Well,
Then I say very plainly, I'm like, then we know what we need to do. Do we not?
We may not have to yet.
all right. Hold on. Let me.
Does Searing
let me
Smite
do
cast as Smite?
Yeah, it's a type of smite.
Okay, so I can smite as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I can
you say
smite
that?
the element. Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
forget
for the
that I've
first
got...
time in this entire campaign, Xykryn has got confirmation that both of you people can smite, and I'm like,
Yeah,
finally. Okay.
multiple of the people can
Listen.
smite.
Listen, I just happened to look up at my sheet.
For the
on
first
my
time this
monitor, and I'm
campaign,
like,
he's
wait.
looked at his sheet.
What is... No. It's like, wait, does that say Searing Smite? Hey,
Yeah.
that says Searing Smite. Hey, I can smite.
Okay.
Yours is steering smite, mine is divine.
Xykryn
Well.
feels accomplished in that he's figured something out, and he goes, "All right, well, I will leave this to you all to decide how we are going to handle this."
All right. So before we go much further, I do have a quick question. Who has the highest charisma score right now?
Me.
You
I look to Loghain and, and I smile and wink and my eyes glow.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Okay. Well, I would want to say that because, well, I mean, yeah, mine's only a 12. So, whoever has the highest charisma right now, maybe should try and talk to him and explain the situation as delicately as possible. That this is not going to work out since Raven doesn't want to do it, but you know.
I think there may be something wrong with my charisma.
I look to the father and I go, "Father, so and so, was he? Did he recognize you? Were you able to calm him down?"
I don't know if I was able to calm him. Merely contained him.
Did he recognize you?
Did he recognize you?
Yes. That's why he
How
came.
did you contain him? Did he slow down long enough? Like, did he stop when he saw you, or did he try to attack you?
He did not try to attack me. He came to me.
I look to the party, and I go, I may have a solution.
And
Well, actually, yeah, I'm just going to do it. I step over to the father, and I look him over. I turn around. I step to the party, and I cast Disguise Self, and I make myself look like him.
Nice.
And so I say, I might be able to slow him down for a moment, but you need to decide what you're going to do with that time.
Well, I do have a breath weapon if need be. It's frozen. It's a frozen breath weapon. Get me within 12 feet of that bruh, and I'll freeze him.
Okay, I do have a cunning action, so if y'all can distract him, and if I can roll on that, and I might be able to sneak up behind him and maybe get a hold of him or something like that to, or I can just sneak up behind him and grab the damn thing.
Quick, the priest is getting away.
Hold on, priest. Where are you going?
I'm going. Open the door.
Well, not yet, motherfucker.
Hold on a minute.
You shall wait.
He's looking at himself now. I'm looking directly at him. I go, hold up, wait a minute.
I'm trying to find the right spell, guys. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to turn him for a few moments.
I know, but remember, Xykryn can't hold that. I look like somebody else for so long.
Well,
I look over to Jinwunax and I'd go, you'd be surprised. I mentioned to the party, I go, I don't know much of this type of blight upon a human, but I might be able to hold him back for a short bit. I look to Raven, assuming that she knows what the hell she's doing, and I go, do these creatures succumb to fear?
no. I do not believe they do.
Fuck.
I am trying to... Maybe it's under my known spells.
Maybe I look a little disappointed.
I had one where I could turn dead the living for a small amount of time.
Did you look underneath your spells?
That's where I'm looking now, and I'm
Open up features.
turning undead.
Yep.
There you go. Channel divinity.
That's what I want.
Hey, there you go.
Well, I knew I had it. I just couldn't find it, guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Because I have that one, and then if that doesn't work, I have another one. I just want to have it, remember to have it.
Okay,
What?
so I propose that I go in first and see if I can keep him in his place if he will not advance on me.
Mm-hmm. And get close enough.
Get him calm down. I didn't say anything about being close. I'm like, whoa. I think you're misunderstanding the plan here.
If he's wearing the thing, we've got to get it off of him.
Yeah, I'm the distraction. I am not like,
And
I am the distraction in this situation. If
that particular information might strike you as a little odd, Raven.
That he wants to be a distraction.
No, that if he is actually wearing that holy symbol, you know that most undead or vampires would not
Be wearing a holy symbol.
right.
Exactly.
Right. So it strikes you as a little odd. That's all I'm saying. If he
So
is
it's not
wearing
exactly. Yeah.
So let's
The
just
whole
do
thing-
this and get it over with.
well, hold on a second.
I don't know if he's completely undead. That's the thing. I'm a little worried about that. Okay, before we go, I want to cast one other spell.
it. Go ahead.
I want to do a detect evil and good.
Okay. Jinwunax's favorite spell.
I know.
Hey.
I can't
Well,
believe you didn't already do it.
I also noticed that I also have channel divinity I've got turn the unholy.
Ooh.
You are a true paladin.
I'm not. I'm just.
I've got a sacred weapon and turn the unholy, so
He's a redneck paladin.
Okay, did it roll?
She's the paladin with the attitude.
Yeah, I got a little bit of attitude.
She's a patitude.
I'm a bitch. Did it roll?
Detect evil and good, yes. So you do detect an evil coming from beneath the church.
Okay. Not necessarily undead. But I don't feel it in this room.
No.
Okay. I wanted to put that at rest in my own self with the priest.
It's a shame that we
I
don't
don't-
have the detect holy spell.
Okay.
It is like I'll add. It's whenever you detect evil and good. Usually, it's strong, one way or the other, and you are detecting an evil, but oddly, it's not very strong.
Well, that would make sense if it's below us.
Right, and it is.
Because
You can
of the
detect where it's
of the
coming
barrier.
from, and it's about 20, 25 feet away from you, below you.
Okay. That's
Well,
about right
and
then.
if we can get down there and something happens, like I said, I've got Turn the Unholy. And as an action, I can,
Dog.
since your friends are undead, or fiends and undead, can, if they see me within 30 feet, they must make a wisdom saving throw. On failure, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Okay.
That's the one I was looking for.
If
actually,
you
but okay.
if you cast that,
If I cast it, if needed.
okay. Just making sure.
But I can only cast it once, and then
Right.
I'll have to take a short rest
Before you could do it again. Yeah.
before I can do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So we don't want to cast it too early. All right. So I think we've got a plan.
Okay.
Let's start heading down there.
Who's going to
Which
try
one
and
did I-
remove the holy symbol?
I guess I'll try since I
I
can
was-
do
yeah.
the cunning action, sneak and get around him. If y'all can keep him distracted long enough, or
Careful,
if he
just
has to
running
use
in that door.
And he takes out a key and starts unlocking the chains, keeping this trapdoor secured.
I go. Oh, Pop is going in first. The dad.
The fake dad.
Yeah. Fake dad is
gonna
going in
step-
first.
So do I need to go in this lower right-hand corner here?
Yep, that's how you get to the bottom.
It
Is it?
didn't take me anywhere.
Okay. I guess it's not.
We're just in an itty bitty room.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I will move y'all physically then.
Yeah, I'm kind of hanging back in the back.
Let me,
Let everybody go in.
Go over here and move y'all.
Ooh, that was fast.
And however, wait, why? Get
I
off
don't know
of.
where Raven and went.
Uh,
Oh, they went up the stairs.
Ah.
Oh,
okay.
did it? Wait,
Put me in the
oh,
front.
she went back upstairs.
Help me!
It works one way, not the other.
I can run back
I'm just
like
trying to get out of the way.
Carmen San Diego.
All right.
All right, let me settle.
Xykryn, you do your thing, boo boo.
Then
All right, I'm going to
once
step cautiously into the room, try and find this thing.
the
I'm not.
church's Undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay earth. Rotted wooden pillars strain and creak under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks just barely, but there's not much of other light in here. So far, you do not see anybody else down there. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
All of
Boom.
us.
Yeah, whoever wants to try, whoever's looking for him can roll a perception.
Well, I would say we're all probably.
Probably. Okay.
How do I roll from this sheet? I can't ever
Xykryn,
find it.
Loghain, Jinwunax. All right, we're rolling good, so at least all three
Hang
of you.
on. gotta wait for me to find
Do you
out?
really want to roll? We all just found the guy, and yeah. Maybe if your big hat wasn't in the way.
All right.
Leave
All
San
right.
Diego alone.
Where in the world is
So,
Carmen Sandy Raven?
Y'all all notice it. Back up in the top left corner of the ceiling, you see something moving behind the pillar. A young man's voice, strained and tired, echoes from the darkness. You've come to kill me, haven't you?
Vicar, you're up.
Shango, I think that's time for you to step in there, buddy.
All right, I looked to the party. I forgot to explain to them how this fucking works, so we're just gonna do this.
And then now noticing you, perhaps for the Father, you've come.
I stepped forward just a minute, just a bit, and I put my hand down, like like hold on, calm down, and I look over to Raven, and I point to my mouth, and I shake my head, and I point to her, and then I look at her, and I point to him, and I kind of like use my head to go that way, and I
He looks at you and like his eyes dart back and forth.
Yeah. I
go,
Father?
I point to him, and I go, and I shake my head to her.
You can't talk to him.
And guys, remember, if I have to use my, I need to be within 30 feet of him, and I don't know,
I know.
if my black. I don't know if it'll do anything to anybody else.
Yeah, well, we don't know that in game because you didn't say that.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get her to see if she's obviously not picking up what I want her to do.
I think I am. I don't think you can talk to him. I don't think your voice changes.
The
So I
figure.
put my hand out to him, and I'm stepping forward, but I'm not going fast, and I'm not going right at him. I'm just trying to get him to calm down, put my hands down, like, calm down.
I don't remember what his name was.
Doru.
Huh?
Doru.
Doru. We are not here to kill you.
He slowly unfurls himself, moving across the ceiling almost like a spider as it lowers himself to the ground, crawling down the wall. It comes into the faint light. The shadows resolve into the form of a young man. His youthful features strikingly reminiscent of Father Donavich. His skin is ghostly pale, with dirt and grime streaked across his face. His clothes are ripped and torn, his hair unkempt, a mess of tangles and knots. His eyes are red, his eyes wide-gazed, darting from person to person. A leather cord hangs around his neck, holding a blood-stained bronze sunburst that rests against his chest. He swallows and licks his lips. A pair of pointed fangs poke through his mouth. Father, have you found a cure?
Fuck. And I go, I looked to the sun, and I go, and I gesture my hands to her, and I put my hand on her back, and I go, and I look him in the eyes, and I have one hand pointing to her with one hand pointing on my back, and I nod to him.
You've done it. You found a way to save me.
Child. It's okay. Calm down. I want him in sight. Oh,
He'll come a little closer. He's still kind
Hang
of.
on it. We're getting very close to the cure. I don't know the cure.
Are you saying that out loud to him?
No.
Okay.
No.
I look to Raven. I go, yeah. I give her the eye look that's like, I've done everything I can fucking do.
I know.
You know what?
What we need right now, Jory, is we need your pendant.
I don't know if I can. I think it's the only thing keeping me still who I am.
I understand.
It gives me the strength to hold on. And like he's like almost shaking.
I kind of look at the party and go, this isn't quite going to plan. With my eyes, go up.
Now I get to throw the wrench in y'all.
Okay. And I understand that I think what I'm thinking, which I can't say out loud to the group, is that even though he looks like his father, he's not going to sound like his father.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if he were to talk, he would sound like Xykryn, unless he tried to sound like Father Donavich somehow.
I'm thinking,
Father?
Go ahead.
He's looking at Xykryn.
Xykryn tries to give him a sympathetic look. And
what is it, Father?
I don't know what I want to do.
This was your idea.
It was not my idea. I said I was the fucking distraction.
All right,
I want everybody else to figure this out. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna we're gonna decide now. I'm gonna he said he thinks the amulet is the only thing holding them together.
Mm-hmm.
And I give I try and give a sympathetic and very sad look on my face, like I'm feeling his pain. And I go and I point to the amulet and I and then I raise my hand to Raven, like what she said, and I try and give him like the nod, and I do it kind of as a sad fatherly whimper, like we need to give her the amulet.
All right.
So how big is this kid?
He's clinging to the ceiling right now. I don't think size matters.
But,
he came down.
No, I mean, that's
okay.
what I'm. How big is he? I mean, is he a child?
No,
or
like
is
I said,
he like a teenager?
He's a young man.
Yeah, he's in his 20s.
And he's pretty much undead already, so.
Now your smite that you have that holds him in place. How long does it holds him in place? Locks him down.
It's a turn the unholy.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's unholy.
Oh, he's.
But I've got.
If the fact that the holy symbol is him going completely feral,
It's only
that
got.
means.
Okay, they've only got 1 minute.
And that's what mine is for undead.
Once I cast it, we got 1 minute to bum rush this dude, take the amulet, grab the spider web up on the ceiling, wrap him up in it, throw him in the coffin that he's standing on, close the lid, and get the hell out of there. Unless we stay and fight.
I'm trying to avoid the fight if possible. I'm trying to think if we can get him to be frozen for just that minute. I can use my cunning action to dash. Plus being an elf, I'm able to come faster. Grab it, and then we haul ass out while he's still frozen in place.
Okay, well then I say let's do that. Let's get it over with.
So, Xykryn, if you can kind of, I'm gonna try and get you to you can see me because where I'm saying he can't see me because he's focused on you. I'm gonna kind of give you the thing to hold your arms out like you're wanting to, and As he gets,
Xykryn doesn't want to do that.
Xykryn's a weenie.
we need to try and
Xykryn knows
compel him
exactly what the fuck's going on. Like, he knows there's some imminent fucking serious danger in this room. And he doesn't
Yeah.
want to fucking do that, but I'll,
He,
can
I
take
look
it
at
till
you
we
going
make-
like, I look over you and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Okay.
And I'm like, and so I do. I look to Raven and I like, you know, you're just giving me a look, so I can't ask her if she's okay with that. I go, so I look up just ever so slightly to the Raven Queen, or to my patron, or whatever the fuck, or the gods above, or whatever the hell. And I go, fuck, okay, whatever. And I reach out my arms, and a come to me, son maneuver.
And about that time,
wait for him to get a little bit closer, and once he gets
Jinwunax,
closer,
are you
Yeah.
adventurers?
we want to help your father, but we have to bury a friend of ours.
too much details.
No.
Too late,
about
it's
that-
done.
God damn it!
Has Escher returned?
Has what?
Lie.
He asked y'all if Escher has returned.
I don't know, Usher.
You gotta give him an answer, one way or another.
We don't know.
No, not that we know of.
How about Gertruda? Have you seen her?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of what we all think.
All
Okay,
right,
so
fucking
hit
hit
hold
him with the
on.
smite.
Hey, hold on. I look behind me to Loghain, and I ask him to move up ever so slowly.
All right.
Sooner or later,
push-
this fucking spider sense, you know, like he's gonna go Spider-Man mode on
Yeah,
us.
I know.
Well, he was
then-
when y'all had came down into the Undercroft. He was up in the corner at the ceiling, but once he saw Xykryn looking like his father, he kind of crawled down onto the floor.
Gertruda, we saw her in town, right? Or is Gertruda's the one that's missing from her daughter?
She's the
daughter.
missing one.
Yeah, she's the
Yeah,
missing
okay.
one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Presumably going to the castle looking for Doru.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay, I gotta
she's
s-
looking for him, right?
Oh,
Yes,
hold on.
this is Doru.
It was
Hold on.
Dora.
Hold on. I want to roll a deception check,
Okay.
and I'm going to try and lie my ass off.
All right. Oh, lucky bastard.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
So,
wait, I think you're gonna
I
pass,
do-
but I gotta do it in insight. Okay, yeah, you passed.
Oh god, that was so close.
Okay, so I look at him very calmly and say, "We have not seen Gertruda. However, many of the women and children and townsfolk recently departed to go to Barovia to be protected at the church. I would assume that she probably went with them for protection and safety."
Yes.
And Jinwunax is darting around the room like Flash.
He goes, if you are happen to go that way, and he reaches kind of underneath his shirt, and he pulls out what looks to be a letter, and
All right.
he pulls out the folded piece of parchment. He holds it gently in his hands and stares at it for a second. A tear falls upon the parchment, and he quickly wipes it away as an attempt to dry it off before it smears any of the writing. If I am not strong enough, his voice cracks. He walks over to, I guess, you, since you're kind of the closest. He'll walk over to Loghain. He hands you this letter. Please give this to her.
cautiously reach out and take the letter, and then I slip it into my fold of my robe and say, when I cross paths with her, I will make sure she receives this letter.
He'll kind of give you a thank you nod.
All right. Yeah. Look, I'm lost at this point. So y'all, somebody else can pop in now, please. I was just face to face with a goddamn vampire.
Yeah, I look to Raven and I go, like, we need to get this done.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try the turn the undead.
Okay.
He's docile right now, so that's the best time to do it.
So you'll have to do a saving throw.
All right. Saving throw. Oh.
Fuck.
Damn, Ed.
Jinwunax, you're up.
Hey, Jinwunax, you're hiding in the corner?
I gotta figure out how to roll it.
I have to ask the question. Beard, is he just going to take that lightly?
Well, under the circumstances, he thinks that y'all are down there to save him.
Help him. Okay. Yeah.
So he's taking it as maybe like y'all are trying to do something to save him.
All right. I'm going into prayer mode. I'm going to pretend like I'm praying to the gods to reinforce what's going on. Whatever I think prayer would be.
You're talking. Don't do it out loud.
Well, I'm just doing that for dramatic flair. I'm praying like we saw him up top, not with actual voice, but with, like my lips were saying things, but it's not coming out. I just did the voice for. Because you can't see my mouth moving, right? Okay.
Okay.
But I'm praying. I'm trying to reinforce the fact that we're trying to purge the evil from him. So I'm praying to the god.
And his head's bowed so he wouldn't be able to see, and yeah. It's like his voice is muffled from the praying.
I don't see. Like, I'm looking at Jinwunax's sheet. I see his features. It doesn't have a turn on dead. But
I think I forgot to add it because it's an action.
Okay, and like go to your.
I didn't know I had it.
Yeah. Okay. Like looking underneath
all
your.
I'm supposed to do.
Looking underneath your.
What?
I said, and then looking. You should have. I think you should have like a couple spells, even at. Well, you're third level, so yeah, you definitely have spells. But
all I have is Blessed, Detect Evil and Good, Protection from Evil and Good, Sanctuary, and Searing Smite.
Chubu delubu.
Can I try another spell?
Yeah.
If no one else is wanting to do anything.
Yeah.
That has no effect if it's on undead.
I'm just waiting on the opportunity to try and dash in there and grab it.
Did it work? I don't feel any different.
We're still trying.
There are several things that we are going to attempt, so just be peace, little one, and we will, young one, continue to try to lift this affliction from you.
I can't turn him without killing him.
Really?
I could kill him and be done with it.
Get all the hell.
Guys, we need to regroup a little bit.
Hold on. I've got an idea. I'm going to attempt something. So y'all be on the guard, ready to haul ass. It just works and or doesn't work. What I want to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to persuade him to give me, since I have a good repertoire with him already with the Gertruda, to give me the medallion, because in his state our cure may not work because he is not fully, he's still got his human side, and that's what's preventing the cure from not taking a hold. What do y'all think?
Try to
What are-
deceive him into giving it to us.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm out of ideas, guys.
I mean, like I said, I'm out of ideas to throwing
I
shit at the wall
say-
to see what sticks.
I say we can try to deceive him into giving it to us.
Well, I would try to
But
do it
we
more as
may
a
have-
perception, or not persuasion.
Yeah, but we may have to do something a little more drastic at this point.
Blackbeard.
Yeah.
It shows in my abilities, but it has no way for me to add it. It's just I say a prayer.
Okay. On D&D
I'm-
Beyond.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it, and it says, at third level, I get two channels of divinity, and it's sacred weapon and turn the unholy. As an actor, you can sense your friends and undead, or each fiend, or blah blah blah. And when I click on it, it just says, turn the unholy. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censuring fiends and undead using your channel divinity.
Okay.
And
So
each one within, I have to be within 30 feet of them,
mhm.
and they must make
Yeah.
a wisdom saving throw.
Basically, you would use channel divinity.
Yeah, but I can't even find that though. I mean, if you can find it,
View campaign. Let me go to your character sheet on Beyond. All right. Okay. Channel divinity. Let me see.
I mean, is that a spell?
I see it. Yeah. Well, no, I see it on your screen.
All right. I just added it to your Foundry.
Okay. So, double click. And that's under where? Features?
Yeah.
Features. Okay, so are we ready to do this? Or, well, no, she got up to go do something, right? Was we ready to go?
Yeah. What I'm going to attempt is, since I kind of have a little bit of repertoire with him talking about Gertrude, and he seems to kind of trust me even just a slight bit, I'm going to try and talk to him and explain to him that in order for the cure to work, he has to be a fully realized vampire. And the only way that would happen is if we remove the holy symbol, and once it is gone and he is completely turned, we can cure him. However, I'm going to frame it as we need to protect his father, who's over there praying desperately. We need to restrain him, that way he doesn't attack his father or any of us when we're trying to cure him.
So
Look, I'm
we're
making
having
this shit
a
up on-
side chat.
No, I'm just explaining to y'all what I'm going to say beforehand while I try this. And I'm going to kind of motion in game. I'm going to motion to Xykryn and Raven kind of to have y'all spells ready in case this fails. Y'all can hit him with that real quick, and then I can dash in and grab it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, whose turn would it be to go for? I think it would be.
We're not really.
We're not in. We're not
We're
in
not-
combat yet.
We're
so.
not in combat, so
I mean,
all right.
Surprisingly.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to avoid going into combat because we don't know what
Yeah.
stats he
This-
has as a vampire. So, and
What,
we don't really have anything other than your stakes that can take him down.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to decide whether I should roll this as a performance or persuasion check, or even a deception. I think I'm gonna run this as a deception check
Okay.
because I'm trying to convince it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a deception check and see if I can convince him to let us restrain him, remove the holy symbol, and then get the fuck out.
Okay.
Sound good to everybody?
Yep.
well, did Jinwunax already do the channel divinity?
No.
No. That's why I told him to have it ready and have your spell ready to fire off in case this fails. As a last resort, y'all can try and hit him with what y'all got to stop him in place, and then I can do my cunning action dash, run up there, grab it, and then we can haul ass out of the cellar. before he comes back, because we got a minute to get it and get out. If that makes sense. All right, I'm rolling.
I'm on board.
now.
Let's do it. Na chuba wooba kuba luba. Holy moly, lolly, lolly.
All right.
Oh,
Praise be at thee.
He hears your words and he reluctantly decides to take off the amulet and hand it to you.
no, not yet, not yet. Remember, I said I wanted to restrain him before we removed the amulet.
Oh, okay. So
Oh no, he's already taken the amulet off. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
No, because he's not restrained, so when
I might have
he can attack us.
Yeah, if you had said that, I just remembered hearing you say you were going to try and persuade him.
Yeah, I wanted to persuade him for us to let us restrain him, then remove it because we didn't want him to attack his father. And that was what I was hoping to use, is because he's still semi-human, his love for his father, to convince him to do that.
Okay. So he will allow you to tie him up.
Alright. So I'm going to approach him very cautious. I'm going to remove my 50 feet of hempen, and I'm going to begin to tie him up, restrain him, tie his wrists behind his back, tie his ankles together, and then I'm going to start wrapping around him. That way his legs and arms are locked inside. And once I've done that, I'm going to kind of motion to the rest of the party to start moving towards the door. Like I take my hand and kind of
Shoo it back.
Shoo y'all back a little bit. At which point I am going to, once I see everybody is at cellar door, I am going to reach out and grab or take my hand. I'm going to reach out and grasp the medallion, and I'm going to slowly lift the leather cord from around his neck. And once it's clear, I am going to use my cunning action dash to get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
So everybody haul ass up the stairs now.
Father, where are you going, Father? Father!
Is everybody out now?
Blackbeard, you'll have to move, Raven.
Oh, okay.
I'm having
all
trouble.
I see is, I don't see anything. All I see is,
I'll be back, my son!
okay, there I am.
Did it duplicate? I think it did.
No,
Like-
the screen just pulled me way.
Well, Raven's token kind of glitched out. Is
Yeah.
she-
But I got it.
Okay.
Did we lock the cellar?
Okay. It's good now.
Since there's so much debris, is there any like boulders or large chunks of masonry of rock and shit from the building around on the ground?
There's mostly just all like the pews and stuff were like destroyed. It's all wooden stuff.
Alright, well, somebody needs to go holler at the father to go lock the door.
Yeah, I mean, y'all could
Lock the door.
have easily padlocked
Yeah, I'll
the
lock it. I'll lock it.
door back
Okay.
as y'all got out. Father!
Alright, so now we're back in
What
the
Eating
chapel.
over there.
Approach the good father, or brother, whatever he is, and I say, we have retrieved your holy symbol. It appears that it was the only thing stopping your son from becoming a fully fledged vampire, and that is, we must take precautions to ensure that he does not break out and kill you. I would recommend that once we finish the rites, you place your holy symbol on top of the trapdoor. You can't break through it because he won't be able to make contact with the door with the symbol on that.
Or wear it.
Or wear it at all times, true. But I don't want him to break free and then go scourge the rest of the county.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I
Probably.
Do not open the cellar door.
As you return to Father Donavich with the holy symbol in hand, he accepts it with gratitude. Once he has received the holy symbol, he agrees to conduct the funeral, but he says it will take some time to make the appropriate preparations. And he asks, what day is this? He's kind of...
Ismark, you answer.
And I gotta...
He doesn't know what day it is, we're saying?
Well, he's
No,
been locked in
yeah,
there
he-
for weeks now.
Yeah, he hasn't...
Oh.
I
He's
mean,
lost touch.
yeah. So, it's Wednesday currently. And he says that he is going to need a couple of days to get everything prepared. And he can perform the funeral Friday.
Well, we're not going to wait that long, are we?
We kind of have to, because the whole point of doing this was so that way, because I guarantee you Ireena isn't going to leave us until she sees her father interred.
Yep.
I can already tell she's that headstrong. No matter. So what
You
I
guessed
the
the
only
secret.
suggestion I can make is seeing as how we have since Fafo's about to call it. I suggest what we do is we plan on camping here at the church. That way we can keep an eye on the cellar to make sure he doesn't break out in the night.
If he's completely undead, he'll just go through the wall.
Well, he has to... I mean, he can't, like, phase through walls or floors. He'd have to, like, break out.
Yeah, so we would have some warning of the noise of him breaking through. If we're camping there for the next 2 days, we can at least keep an eye on it until funeral's over, and then we can get the fuck out of there.
Alright, whatever.
I'm trying to find a place to give us a reason to be able to stop right now, too.
I mean, that seems
Yeah.
like the best way to do it right now.
It does. So, okay.
All right.
So
Well,
we're going to hang out here.
Sleep in shifts and rotate for the next 2 days to make sure that if anything happens, react in time. So, which
okay.
means that when we come back for our next session, we pick up 2 days later, or unless something
Yeah.
happened during that time.
Yeah, we
That's
can
what I'm
fast
saying.
forward.
Exactly. Like just do it. Yeah. Unless something happens during that time, then we do that before then. But this is a pretty good stopping point right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like we're gonna end it there for this session. Thanks for anybody that came check it out, and everybody that comes watching it on YouTube. And we'll pick up next time.
Woo! That was good. Thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all.